This video is going to be a lot longer than my usual videos. It's probably going to be more than a minute. Hi, I'm going to be showing you my usual makeup routine that I normally do. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, first thing, color corrector. I use this one by NY Bay. So yeah, I basically just take the orange corrector and put it around my mouth because my mouth area is darker than the rest of my face. So I feel like color correcting is super necessary to even out the skin tone. So I focus it under my nose, the corner of my lips, and then this area. And whatever's left, I put it around. Cool. Next step is concealer. So I use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade medium beige. The concealer I use is like kind of the same color as my skin tone. It's not an under eye concealer that is usually lighter. This would be like to cover acne marks. So yeah, I just focus it around the nose, corners of my mouth, and wherever I've put the orange corrector basically. And then I blend. I usually use my fingers, but at the end I go in with a sponge. If I directly use a sponge, it kind of absorbs way too much. Kind of feel like it's a little more orange here. Honestly, going in with a concealer is better than the foundation I use because this is like really high coverage and it covers the orange corrector. Like a low coverage product would not cover the orange. And now whatever's left, I just kind of spread it around. Cool. Also, I'm gonna apply a little bit of orange corrector under my dark circles right there. Kind of just focus it on wherever it's the darkest, which is in this area. I don't need to apply it throughout because it's like not necessary. So I just put it wherever the darkness is kind of concentrated, which is right in the first triangle. And then I go in with my under eye concealer, which is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Neutralizer. Yep. This concealer is way lighter than my actual skin because I use it under the eye. So I go in. Oh my god, my sponge. 1 second, let me get my sponge. Hey, I got my sponge. Just going to put it right where I've put the color corrector. Okay, there's a lot more on this side. This side needs a little more. This concealer is super creamy. The main thing is right here. This gives a little lift. So the main region I apply concealer is right here and then up there. So I'm able to create like a little lift happening. So I sort of drag it upwards. Same thing on this side. This creates like a lift. And whatever's excess, I bring it to the middle. So I don't necessarily need to apply much in the middle, but this part is the game changer. I learned this recently. I kind of like keep it close to my eyebrow. That's sort of my guide, that the lift has to be near the end of my eyebrow just to kind of buff it out and it's not streaky. Go in with my blender. The thing is, I'm very light with my blender because it just drinks up a lot of product, so you kind of waste a lot. So I just very lightly touch the damp beauty blender. For the rest of my face, I go in with a little bit of foundation. I can kind of just use my LA Girl concealer itself. I use the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Sun Beige 310. It comes with a cute pump. And they've really changed the formula. Like, it used to be a lot more matte and a lot more paint-like, but now it's more hydrating and it's a lot better, this formula. So it's kind of the same color as my LA Girl. I feel like my LA Girl one may be slightly deeper, but I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, I feel like it looks pretty good. It's covered my pimple, which I appreciate, because I'm not cool with the fact that I woke up with a pimple today, but whatever, it happens. Okay, everything kind of has like a yellowish undertone. I kind of look for stuff that has that. Cool, I think we're foundationed. I'm gonna apply some on my neck as well later because it needs to match. Okay, next step is contour. Okay, the contour I use is this Wet n Wild contour palette in the shade Caramel Toffee. This other side was a banana powder, and it was in my bag once because I take this everywhere, and I dropped my bag and this just fell out of it because the zip was open and the entire banana powder spilled out. So yeah, fortunately the contour part didn't spill out though. So they have like different textures. The banana powder was a lot more not compact, and this is more compact. So I go in with a contour brush which is angled. So I start with where my hairline is, there, and I kind of draw a little boundary, and it goes from my hair, and I'm pretending it's coming to my lip, but I'm not going to get it down that much. Only I'm going to get it just till half of my face, not all the way till here, and go in kind of like a little L shape. I don't sweep my brush, I kind of dab. I feel like sweeping just gives me acne, and I have very acne prone skin, as you all know. So I kind of just dab. Once I've created the kind of vague line, I don't get any product below that line. That's like the boundary. Nothing goes below that. Everything has to be up. Even blush, highlight, it's all got to be above that boundary. Okay, okay. Hi. We're looking bronzed. Fun. Love that. I'm going to do the other side. Same thing. Tallest part of the brush goes with the hairline, and then I use the side of the brush to create the boundary. So this brush is kind of a game changer. This color is super yummy. It's very warm toned. Just blend. Just keep blending. Dab, dab, dab. Now forehead. My logic with contouring and concealer is kind of like imagine there's like this ball of light right here, and there's like light coming out from the center. So here is where it's the brightest, and as it goes out, it becomes deeper. So all of the light stuff like light concealer is going to go in the center, under eye, because this is where people look at when they're talking to you. They look at your eyes. So this is the part which needs to be relatively brighter. Yeah, just popped some of the concealer on my forehead. I use the back part of the blender so that there's no harsh lines between my concealer and foundation. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to contour. So yeah, the outside is always contoured, like the is this periphery boundary outline. But yeah, on the face, it's like you gotta stick to the outside and to define cheekbones. Okay, fun. Contouring is done. This lift part I need to enhance. I use my fingers, or I use the pointy part of my concealer to create that sort of that line. Lift it and bring it all the way to my hair. You know, if you like put your concealer like that, it low-key looks like your dark circles are eyeshadow, and that's awesome. I really feel lucky that I have dark circles because they look like eyeshadow when it's not. I just put my concealer like that, so it looks like I've put stuff on top, but I haven't. Maybe get some down to my nose. Okay, I can set under my eyes. So for setting I use this big fluffy brush. It's by this brand Swiss Beauty, and then I go in with my setting powder, which is this Miss Claire Blooming face powder. Ah, love that. The reason I set is so that like the creasing doesn't happen, like because I do have under eye lines, not much but a little bit, so the concealer almost enhances that. So setting it with powder in a way prevents the fine lines to be seen. So that's why setting is like, I didn't think setting was important until I realized it was. My skin here, this is where I get oily generally as well, so setting there helps. Alright, cool, I think we're set. I can go to brows now. Contouring is done, that's my favorite part. So I use this little eyebrow palette thing with an angle brush. It's by Miss Claire. So I go in with a lighter color, just kind of fill it in. So dark grey, even though I have black brows, dark grey is a better outline color for the brows. Did I set my forehead? The wrong brush. Yeah. Okay, it's coming together. It's coming together. We're getting somewhere. I think I'll do lips now. I'm using the chestnut lip liner. I don't overline my lips because I feel like it just looks not nice on me. I think we're lip lined, and then I go with a slightly lighter color in the center. So I use the Nykaa Jane, big favorite of mine. Oh my god, is this the third video? But this color with the lip liner just looks amazing. But it's super pigmented, so if I go on top of the lip liner with this, the lighter shade covers up the darker lip liner. So you got to be careful that it's not on top of the lip liner, but rather just underneath it, you know. You know what, I'm not mentally prepared for eyeliner yet actually. That requires a lot of focus. So I'm just gonna highlight. I use the K-Beauty highlighter. This is amazing because it's not chunky, like it's not like glitter, but it just gives this little glow. I use it in Sunlit Gold. I always forget to put highlighter first on my Cupid's bow before I do lips. I use my ring finger and just dab on top. Yep. Okay, take the brush, tap it in. Is something happening? This isn't really doing it. Let me see with my fan brush. Okay, we're kind of getting there. Yep, I'm supposed to be eyelining. Okay, I use the Maybelline gel one. Okay, cute. Yep, that's it. I added the tiniest wing. Are they even? I don't know if they're even. I never get them even. It's just one of those battles, you know. You just have to accept. Okay, I've kind of done a tiny little wing, nothing crazy. Just kept it super low-key. I use my ring finger for pretty much like all of this, the blending, the highlight. Okay, let me try. Oh, that's cute. I've learned from experience to not get the highlight below the eye on like, it's got to be like center and above, not below this waterline. This is the final look. Kind of like to match my contour with my dark circles, like, because they're brown. They're like brown. I've not put anything on my eyelid. There's just moisturizer there, the Cetaphil one. And so the colors I choose are keeping my dark circles in mind. So that they all kind of go together. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments below. So feel free to comment below anything you want. I love hearing what you have to say. And that's the final look. I will see you next time. I hope you have a great, awesome week. Bye.